Welcome to another pop-up training. I'm like, what should we call these? I want to say welcome. I see Juliandra is on, Patty's on, Bruce is on, Patrick's on. We got a couple other people watching in various locations. So today I'm super excited because what we're going to be talking about today is the third phase or the third step in you actually creating a profitable, just say this out loud, a profitable signature course that you can sell and transact in the online space as a service-based entrepreneur. So what do I mean by service-based entrepreneur? Are you in vocational ministry? Are you an interior designer like Patty and I are? Are you in the branding space like Juliandra is? Are you in the production space? Are you a nurse? Are you a physical therapist? Are you a coach or a consultant? All of these things are service-based businesses. And typically we get stuck in that dollars for hours, hours for dollars trade. Let me know if you've ever been stuck in that space, right? That's where I lived for really from like 1991, showing my age here, guys, from 1991 until really 2013 when I officially broke through. So here's what I'd like to ask you. How many of you would like to know what the final key is that unlocks your ability to monetize online? Just let me know, one in the chat, two, if not, just hold. Thank you, Juliandra. So this is a piece that I missed for years. So before I go into the specifics on how I'm going to train on this, and we're going to do some tactical training today, just say we're going to do some tactical training because this back and forth will help you stay engaged. Okay. So I want you to see if you can see yourself in this picture. You have an idea, you have a skill set, and you're rocking and rolling. You're like, I know what I'm doing. I'm good at my job. Right? How many of you feel like you're actually really good at your job? You're good at your skill set. You're a good designer. You're a good producer. You know what to do from a branding standpoint. You actually know what to do. So you've accounted for your ability, like we talked about in that first training. You are training from truth, like we talked about in the second one. You're like, okay, I got something I know. I can actually do this. And then it's like crickets. Nobody in the entire metaverse, universe, whatever, in all of creation knows you exist except your mom, your dad, maybe a critic, and maybe your pets, your dogs, your cats, all that kind of stuff. Anybody? Anybody else? You're like talking to an audience of zero. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is a tactical truth that I actually learned from, I'm going to say the word, it's the G word, it's the Google word. Okay. So just say Google. Right? Now, people who are in my programs know this. I say this all the time. You're going to say it with me. I cannot sew into DuckDuckGo and reap from Google. Okay. We cannot plant an apple seed and reap pears. So what we're going to talk about today are some time-tested tactics that I actually learned from capital T truth that Google and their algorithm and the way that they are able to categorize data tells us to work with them. Okay. It's this space where I didn't want to know this. Okay. Anybody like you're like, can I just do this and be like this and nobody sees me and I don't actually have to go in public? Is anybody like, let me know. Can you guys let me know in the chat? It's way more fun if I'm interacting with you. So when I started, I was like, well, I don't really want to have to like market. I don't want to have to multiply. And can I just do this and not monetize? So it doesn't work that way. So awesome. All right. So there are three things I want you to write down. I want you to write down the number 7. I want you to write down the number 11. And I want you to write down the number 4. Okay. 7, 11, 4. Now, what I'm going to do, I hope this is going to work, is I'm going to go share my screen and I'm going to draw out some stuff on the whiteboard. All right. So this is, like I said, this is a tactical training today that is designed to help you multiply. And we actually have a word that we use. It's a made up word, but it's my made up word. It's called marketize. Just say that out loud. Anne's made up word is called marketize. Okay. What that basically means is we're going to learn today how to monetize the market. Okay. We're going to learn how to monetize the market. Write that in the chat. Monetize the market. And what are we going to do? What are we going to use to do that? We're going to use Google's tactical research. Okay. I want to make sure that everybody's on board with me on this, because this is one of the most tactical trainings we're going to do. And what this did for me was it overcame my bad belief. It overcame my bad belief that I could just hide and not be seen and still make money. Okay. All right. So what are the three numbers stand for? Before we get into the three numbers, I want to talk to you a little bit about a marketing truth. There are three different metrics that we often measure in marketing. Okay. Let me know in the chat if we're doing okay, because we're going deep today. The first one is what we call a stimulus or an ad. This is where someone clicks. Okay. They're clicking on your product, Patty. They're clicking on your call to action, Juliandra. They're clicking on something that you have put in front of them. All right. The second one is what we call the moment of truth, number one. Moment of truth, number one. And this is when somebody has an opportunity to purchase, like a buy now button. And for the most part, this is where we're always focusing our programs, because I want to get to this moment of truth as fast as humanly possible. Okay. There's a moment of truth number two, which is the customer experience after the sale. Okay. I'm just going to write experience. Okay. Now, this is all great stuff. This is all marketing stuff. This is all stuff that we need to know as business owners when we're going into the online space. The problem is, and I'm going to stop the share for a second because I want you to go eyeball to eyeball with me on this. The problem is all of the space that exists before your client sees your ad or your Facebook post, Patty, or your opportunity to book a call, Juliandra, or whatever it is. It's before, it's all that space that we actually have to market to, right, in order to monetize. One, if you're understanding, two, if not, because this is a super important tactical training. We're going to spend maybe 20 minutes total on this, but I want you to dial in on this. Okay. So right now, we are covering our overarching system to create your signature course in the online space. That's the goal of all of these three free trainings. The first training, we talked about you accounting for your ability. What do you actually carry? One, if you understand that part, two, if not. Okay, great. The second training we did was focused entirely on speaking and training from an actual place of truth, not faking it till you make it, but actually being the legitimate, real you. One, if you understand, two, if not. Okay. The third phase or the third key is the monetization piece. Okay. We actually have to make money in the online space. In order to do that, we actually have to do some marketing. And that's what we're talking about today. Does that make sense? One, if yes, two, if no. I really want to dial in. Like, I want you guys to be in that space where you feel like, okay, Ann, we're dialing deep on tactics today. Okay. So one of the things that happens, especially with service-based entrepreneurs who have existing successful offline businesses, right? How many of you guys have that? You already have that, right? Patty, you've got a successful design firm. Juliandra, you've got branding. Juliandra's actually one of our branding coaches. And And so you've got this offline business, and that's where I was. I had an interior design business offline, very successful. I went to put it online, and I'm like, I don't want anybody to see me. Like, why do I have to go out there? I don't want to, like, no. Can I just account for my ability and train from truth? Isn't that enough? And here's the thing, it's not enough. Okay. And so what I want to do is I want to give you the fastest path, the shortest path using data, using truth from Google. One, if you understand, two, if not. Okay. So that's what we're tackling today. We want to go from zero to hero as quickly as possible in the online space. So we don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and decades out here, like circling the mountain, trying to figure this whole thing out. Because right now, we're likely over here, right? We're like, right? I want to get to the place where my clients are purchasing. And so today we are going to unpack 3 simple things that Google, in their analytics, in their tactics, in their data gathering, tells us that we need to do in our marketing. 1, if you understand, 2, if not. Okay, so what does this look like? Super simple, all right? And I mean super simple. We need 7 hours of content. Ungated. I'll get back to that in just a minute. Write this down, okay? Now, on an upcoming Saturday or day of the week, we are going to be hosting a masterclass where we're going to spend 4 hours diving deep into this. Please, I encourage you to join in the masterclass because we're only going to spend about 10 more minutes today unpacking this, and I want you to get the full benefit. So if you haven't already, register for our masterclasses. They are paid and they are specifically designed for you as a service-based entrepreneur. We have time together. We can answer questions, tackle all that. But for right now, write this down. You need 7 hours of ungated content. I'll come back to that in a minute. You need 11 interactions, okay? Different types. Love my spelling. All right. And then you need 4 separate locations, okay? So I'm going to stop the screen share for a second. I'm going to go again, eyeball to eyeball with you on this. The fastest path from unknown, unsearchable, unrecognized expert in your category or niche. Okay. How many of you feel like you're the best kept secret right now? Are you the best kept secret in empty nester sandwich generation moms like design? Patty Allen, right? Are you the best kept secret in branding? Juliandra, Tanya, Shayna, what are you the best kept secret in? What we want to do is take you from best kept secret to category authority in the shortest amount of time possible. Okay. So what does that look like? 7 hours from Google. We learn this. Okay. Just write in the chat. This is from Google's data. Okay. 7 hours of ungated content. That could be a blog post. It could be LinkedIn posts. It could be YouTube posts. It could be pop-ups. It could be videos on your social media. It's basically 7 hours of people being able to consume your content in some form or fashion somewhere across the interweb. Okay, that's the first thing we need. Thank you, Juliandra, for posting that in the chat. The second thing we need is we need approximately 11 different types of interaction. Now, back in the day, when I got started, 2008, I should have brought a business card. One form of interaction could have been a business card, okay? It could have been a business card. It could have been a trifold brochure. It could have been a billboard on the side of a road. But today we're looking at the online space. Okay. Just right. The fastest path from best kept secret to category authority. Okay. Somebody write that in the chat. That's what we're tackling today, tactically. Okay. So 11 interactions, 11 different touch points, maybe an article, a podcast interview, a training that you're doing, a social media post, Twitter post, okay? All of these different things across different platforms. And then 4 concrete different platforms, okay? Now, I do not have time to go into this today. That's why I want you to come to the masterclass. Either on the next one that I'm doing on this live one is on Saturday, but you'll find a link below to sign up for the paid masterclass. Now, I have a theory, and I've been in this space since 2008, that there are 3 different types of core sites that you need so they can all ping against each other. Okay. Now, again, I'm not going to go into this right now, but I want you to think about your social media as one place where you can create interactions. Okay. Your second one would be a content site. Maybe you're watching this right now on one of our content sites. You might be watching this on Ann McDonald TV. You might be watching this on Kingdom Lifestyle Hub. You might be watching this on LevCap Max. You might be watching this on YouTube. Okay. That's a second one. A third one could be a blog or a written type of content. Okay. And a fourth one could be just a standalone separate website. The point is, your marketing matters. Okay. In order for you to prosperingly bring your signature course to market, and there is an audience, if you're all, just say this with me, there's an audience for my skill set. Okay, just say this out loud. There's an audience, and we're going to do a little, programming here. There's an audience for my skill set, and tap yourself, because you and I behave from belief. Okay. And so your audience right now is waiting for you. They're waiting for you. And the fastest path, according to the data, in order to market and multiply and monetize your message, right, is to actually use what the big tech giants are actually telling us that works. What is it? 7 hours of content. Ungated. It means you don't need an email. They can just find you and consume it. Okay. The second thing, 11 different types. Social media post, long form article, short form article. Okay. Video, audio across 4 different platforms. Maybe it's YouTube, social media, your website, and LinkedIn. Okay. So that's what I wanted to cover today. This is one of those things where I actually spent 5 years circling this mountain, trying to hide. Has anybody on this call tried to hide? Anybody? You're like, no. I'm just going to do this from behind the computer screen. So here's the thing. As a powerful service-based expert, you have a skill set that needs to be brought to a larger audience. Okay. When we don't steward and create signature courses like this, and we don't follow a super simple system, it gets way more complicated than it needs to be. Right. So that's what I wanted to tackle today. And here's my ending thought for you. It's way easier than you think. 7, 11, 4. Okay. Just say that out loud with me. 7, 11, 4. Okay. The information that you're getting right now puts you ahead of most people, even marketers. Okay. Because they don't know it. So people are telling you to do this and do that, but they don't know why. This is why. I want to get you from best kept secret to monetizing and multiplying in your marketing as quickly as possible. Sound good? All right. So if you're not already registered for our upcoming masterclass, click the link below. We're going to spend at least 4 hours together. It's live, interactive Zoom room, answering questions, tackling ahas. Okay, so that we can help you get your signature course out to the market that's waiting for you to show up. Thanks, guys.